Morning, the air cut through the streets like a sharp knife. The wind was harsh, as if it didn't want anyone to be there. Anna walked quickly, her hands in her pockets. She was returning from shopping, but her mind was on the animals left outside in the cold. Since childhood, she had a soft spot for animals. She always felt their silence, their innocence, the look in their eyes that seemed to say, "Just love me." Just as she turned onto her street, she heard a sound. It was a faint, muffled whimper mingling with the wind. He paused for a moment. His heart raced. "Is that a dog?" he thought. He followed the sound. And at that moment, the sight he saw tore his heart apart. A German shepherd. Its fur was wet, its body trembling. Next to it were 3 tiny puppies, all huddled together. The dog looked at Anna with its eyes. It wasn't asking for help, it was just saying, "Please don't be afraid, I won't hurt anyone." Anna bent down and approached slowly. "Hey, it's okay, calm down, sweetie," she whispered. The dog tilted its head to the side as if listening to her. The puppies were shivering, sneezing occasionally. At that moment, Anna made her decision. "I can't leave you here." She took off her coat and covered the puppies with it. Then she realized she couldn't pick up the dog. It was too weak but still proud. So she walked slowly, talking. "Okay, come with me. I promise you won't be cold anymore." The dog slowly began to follow her. At that moment, tears welled up in Anna's eyes. When she arrived home, Emma was the first to open the door. She was a 7-year-old girl whose cheerfulness lit up the house. "Mommy, what's this?" she shouted happily. 10-year-old Chris came in behind her. "Mom, is that a dog?" Anna smiled. "Yes. I think he'll be our guest now." The children practically jumped for joy. Emma immediately sat down on the floor and looked at the puppies. "Mom, they're so cold. Can we make them some warm milk?" Anna smiled. "Of course, right away." Chris looked at the dog, his eyes filling with tears. "Mom, look how it's looking at us. It's like it's thanking us." At that moment, Anna's eyes met Laura's. And in that moment, the name slipped from her lips. Let her name be Laura. The children shouted at the same time. "Laura. Yes, that's great." Days passed. Laura and her puppies slowly recovered. Emma and Chris wouldn't go to school without greeting them every morning. As the cubs learned to walk, the house filled with laughter. Laura was now part of the family. Anna often thought, "The day I found her, we were actually saved." Because ever since Laura came home, that warmth, that love, it was as if it had permeated the walls of the house. One day, as Chris was coming home from school, a car passing by on the corner swerved quickly. The notebooks in Chris's backpack spilled onto the ground. Just then, a shadow darted forward. She suddenly stepped in front of Chris, pushing him aside. The car screeched to a halt. Chris fell to the ground but was okay. Laura just looked at her, panting. It was as if she was saying, "As long as you're okay." Chris cried and hugged her neck. "You're my hero," she said with a trembling voice. From that day on, Laura became not just a friend but the protector of the house. The puppies grew up, and while they were running around in the garden, Emma put little collars on them. She named each one herself, Milo, Luna, and Max. Anna looked at them from the kitchen window. Her eyes filled with tears. "How strange," she said to herself. "One day I opened my door to help. Now happiness comes and goes through that door." Laura would sometimes come to Anna, resting her head on her lap. In those moments, they would gaze at each other silently, as if words weren't necessary. 2 mothers. 1 human, 1 dog. They understood each other from the heart. Years passed. Emma grew up, Chris became a young man. But Laura was still with them. She wasn't as fast when she ran anymore, but her gaze was still the same. Warm, loving, reassuring. One evening, Anna was sitting on the porch when Laura came to her. She laid her head on her lap. Anna smiled. "I did my best, didn't I?" she said. Laura just closed her eyes. Snowflakes were falling slowly from the sky. And inside that house lay years woven with a dog's love. When a dog meets a baby for the first time, it doesn't just see a new human. It senses responsibility. Something ancient awakens. an instinct shaped by thousands of years of evolution. The dog recognizes a newborn as something fragile. Whether it's its own kind or a human child, it knows. This one must be protected. The moment a baby enters the home, a new bond begins. New scents, strange sounds, soft cries. But most dogs accept babies right away. And from that moment on, something changes inside them. They become guardians. In every dog's DNA, there's a code: protect the pack. They see their human family as their pack. And the weakest member, usually the baby, becomes the center of their attention. Many dogs become restless when they hear a baby cry. Some run to the door. Some rush to the parents. Some just sit beside the crib and wait. To them, that sound means one thing: someone needs help. Science confirms this. Dogs' brains show a unique response to the sound of a baby crying. They don't just hear it, they feel it. Even before the baby arrives, dogs sense something changing. The mother's scent, the new furniture, the strange new energy in the home. When the baby finally comes, the dog watches from a distance, curious but cautious. After a few days, the baby's scent becomes familiar. And in the dog's mind, the baby becomes part of the pack. From then on, the dog is always near, quiet, gentle, alert. Lying beside the crib, listening to every breath. This is the purest form of protection. Simply being there. Luna was a golden retriever who met her family's newborn baby one summer day. She sniffed him once, then quietly lay down beside his crib. From that day on, she never left that spot. Every night, Luna woke before the baby cried. When the baby was sick, Luna refused to eat. When the baby laughed, Luna wagged her tail. And when a stranger came too close, Luna stood between them, calm but ready. That wasn't just instinct. That was love. Scientists say babies who grow up with dogs develop stronger emotional balance. They learn trust earlier. They feel safe. And a dog's presence helps them understand empathy, even before they can speak. Dogs protect in many ways. Sometimes by barking, sometimes by blocking a doorway, and sometimes by doing nothing, just watching, listening, breathing in rhythm with the baby's tiny breaths. Dogs sense what we cannot: gas leaks, fires, illness, even danger. They notice every small change in the baby's body or behavior. Often they're the first to realize something's wrong. One family shared their story. Their baby was only 2 weeks old. One night, their dog Daisy began to growl at the nursery door. The mother thought she was overreacting, until she looked into the crib. The baby wasn't breathing. She rushed to pick him up, performed CPR, and saved him. Doctors said, if you had been even 1 minute later. That night, Daisy became their family's guardian angel. Stories like this happen all around the world. Dogs warning families of fires, gas leaks, or danger. They hear what we can't. They feel what we miss. Because for them, love isn't a word, it's an action. They protect what they love. If the baby cries, they worry. If a stranger comes near, they stand guard. Some dogs sleep beside the crib. Some alert the parents when something feels wrong. Some simply rest nearby, listening. But all of them do the same thing: they protect. Studies show that dogs' brains react to baby cries the same way a mother's brain does. It triggers a deep nurturing instinct, a need to help. When dogs hear a baby's laughter, their heart rate actually slows. They feel calm, peaceful. That's why therapy programs often pair dogs with infants and children. Because dogs bring safety, warmth, and emotional balance. When a dog protects a baby, it doesn't know it's being a hero. It's just loving, in the only way it knows how. That love crosses species, words, and logic. Some people say, it's only instinct. But that instinct saves lives. That instinct stands guard when parents sleep. That instinct feels when something's wrong, even in the dark. That's not just instinct. That's heart. How do dogs protect babies? Quietly. Patiently. By listening to their breath. By standing between them and danger. By simply being there. They don't speak, but their eyes say everything. Don't worry. I'm here. Every night in homes around the world, a dog lies awake beside a sleeping baby, watching, guarding, loving. The silent hero no one sees. Because the dog's love never dies. It lives on, in the laughter, courage, and trust of the child they once protected.